Good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday, September 29th, and our objective for today is today I will round up to 9 digits by utilizing our rounding process steps. Our key vocabulary for today is rounding, a type of estimation with specific rules for determining the closest value, and estimation, reasoning to determine an approximate value. Our process steps for rounding will be 1. Identify the place value you need to round. 2. If I want to round up, I increase my value by 1 digit. If I want to let it stay, I keep my value the same. 3. Write your two options and change all the digits to the right into zeros. For example, here we have 423,275. If we round up, we would round this number up to 424,000. If we were to round down, we would round it. If we were to let it stay the same, we would go to 423,000. Step 4. Look at your neighbor to the right and pick an option. And step 5, box your answer.
Pause the video here and rewatch the video we watched yesterday. Okay, so now we're going to model a rounding problem. So here in this particular problem, it's asking us to round the number to the nearest 1,000. So the nearest 1,000. What we can do is utilizing our brand new place value chart. We can grab the number and place it up here. Well, I can tell that this has units, this has thousands, and this also has millions. So I can bring it and automatically start on my millions because I know I have millions, thousands, and units. This particular number does not have any decimals, so I don't have to worry about decimals. And I can just simply bring each place value at a time. So 963 millions, 963 millions. And I want you to notice that I'm grabbing them in clusters of 3, meaning the millions, thousands, and units, and you sound them off as the numbers are coming up together. So 875, 875 thousands, and then lastly 457, 457. So all I am doing, boys and girls, is I'm just wanting to see which digit is in the 1,000s because that is the digit that they're wanting me to round. So all I am using is the place value chart to identify which digit is in the 1,000s. So the thousands, big keyword, so I know it's got to be in this particular set of numbers, in the thousands, right? And I'm looking for the 1, so the O right here stands for 1, so therefore I know that the one digit that they're wanting me to round is the 5,000, right? So now that I know that, I can come back up to my number. I'm going to make it a little bigger so that I have enough space to write it down and work with it. So again, I'm working with this number. This is the number that I need to round, right? So my two options are to round up or let it stay the same. So I have 963,875,000. If I want to keep that the same, then I rewrite it 963,875,000, right? And remember the rule, everything else to the right turns into zeros. So I have 3 digits that I have to turn into zeros. Now, my second option, if this digit 5, if I wanted to round up one more number, well, what comes after 5? Simply a 6. So again, 963,876, because I'm rounding up one value. Everything else turns into zeros. So now the strategy that we're using is, in order for me to decide if I'm going to round up the 5 or let it stay the same, I'm going to need help from my neighbor to the right. My neighbor is going to be a big indicator whether I'm going to round up or let it stay. Remember the rule? The rule is any number that is greater than 5, meaning bigger than 5, I round up. Any number that is less than 4, smaller than 4 or smaller, right? I let it stay the same. So I'm looking at my neighbor. My neighbor is a 4, right? So the rule, is it bigger than 5? Is it a 6? Is it a 7? Is it an 8? A 9? No, it is not, because it is a 4. 3, 2, 1. So it's an actual 4. So my neighbor is a 4. So therefore, I let it stay the same. So my final answer is 963,875,000. So again, the digit 963,875,457 rounded to the nearest thousand is 963,875,000.
Okay, now we're going to try another problem, and we're rounding to the nearest 10 million. As you know, we have to group these numbers into threes. We don't have billions, so we don't have to worry about that right now. But we do have millions, thousands, and our single units. And our number is 562,232,235. So we can start by placing these numbers in our place value chart. We don't need to worry about decimals because there is none in our number. So we don't have to worry about this right now. We do have a 5 in the ones, a 3 in the tens, 2 in the hundreds, 2 in the 1,000s, 3 in the 10,000s, a 2 in the 100,000s, 2 in the 1 millions, a 6 in the 10 millions, and a 5 in the 100 millions. As we know from our previous problem, we have to round, or as we know from our problem right now, we have to round to the nearest 10 million. So we must focus on our 10 million, which is also right here. As we can see from the problem, or as we know from rounding, we either have to go up or stay the same. If we were to go up to the nearest 10 million, our number would be 570 million. We know everything else turns to zeros. 1, 2. If we were to round down, we would go to 560 million. So by looking at our number, by looking at our neighbor, we have a 2. We know that if our neighbor number is greater than or equal to 5, we would have to round up. But if our number is less than 4, we would round down. And as we can see, we have a 2. So we know that that's less than 5, so we must round down. And our answer is 560 million.
Okay guys, so here is your exit ticket. Your exit ticket is to round this particular number And I'll make it a little bigger for you guys. Oopsie. We want you to round this to the 10 million. We'll give you guys about 7 minutes, and then we'll allow your teacher to model it for you. We'll see you guys back in 10 minutes.